How you doing? Tell us about Zuffa Boxing. Boxing fans.
What about it? What about it? There's nothing. We got nothing till October.
Till October.
You know, I just literally there's construction going on over at the headquarters, building a whole section for boxing, and hired somebody to run it. And
so you're not going to be able to run it.
No.
No, just too busy with UFC.
I'll be involved, but I'm not going to run the day-to-day.
How involved are you going to be, Phil?
Very, very involved.
Very involved?
Very involved.
Dana, yeah. What did it mean to you, man, to introduce
Paz? Yeah, no, it's awesome. Yeah, I love him, you know, as a fan and as a friend. So, you know, for me to be asked to do this, I was blown away and honored. Yeah, it's one of those crazy things, man. Like, when I look at my life, I used to be sitting on the couch watching Vinny Pazienza fight and a huge fan, and you know, now we're friends, and to be able to induct him is fucking awesome.
You took us all back with the VHS on Tuesday Night Fights. It's true, man, because he's a legend, and it really was an inspirational story.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was one of the most, to this day, one of the most incredible stories. I mean, Bleed for this, his movie, I've watched that movie 1,000 times. It's so good, and it's unfortunate. I wish that did better in the theaters, you know, because it's a damn good movie, and it's a true story.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. I got to ask you, brother.
I thought you were shaking my hand.
I got to ask you, brother. Andy Ruiz knocked out Anthony Joshua. What was your reaction to that, and how do you see the rematch playing out?
Yeah, no, I was blown away, like everybody was, I'm sure. But if you know about Ruiz, I mean, the guy hits, he can crack. He you know, I say it all the time. I think that the heavyweight division's more exciting than it's ever been. You got these top four, you know, guys out there. You got Fury, you got Deontay Wilder, you got those two, and they should just be doing, you know, heavyweight fights with those four guys for the next 3 years. There's plenty of money for everybody, and everybody would want to see it.
How do you rank those four guys, do you think?
Yeah, well, you got to rank them accordingly. I mean, Deontay and Fury and Ruiz are the champions right now, so, you know.
Well, Fury actually doesn't have a belt. He has a lineal championship.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, so you would rank Wilder, Fury?
Yeah. Well, Deontay, who does have the belt, they fought to a draw. You know what I mean? It's you know, the thing is with me and belts, what makes a belt credible is who did you beat to win it. You know what I mean? If you beat the guy that everybody perceives as the best, you're the man.
So with the rematch, is there anybody you're taking, or do you think the fight's any different than the first one?
Yeah, I think that, I'm not saying that I think, you know, Joshua took him lightly the first time or anything else, but, you know, they've both seen what each other has, and I think that Joshua will hopefully be a lot more aggressive in this next fight.
What do you think about Pacquiao? Yeah, Pacquiao's a big deal.
Awesome, man. I think it's incredible, and I think that him and Floyd is probably inevitable. It's probably going to happen.
Did you speak to Floyd? Did you get a chance to say hi to him?
No.
No.
No, I didn't say hi to anybody. I just came in from the outside door, and you know, every time I walk into these things, I feel like I'm walking into the. They're like, "What the hell is he doing here?"
Nah. Everyone knows that you're a boxing fan.
Yeah.
Most a boxing fan.
Yeah.
Give us your top three pound for pound right now in boxing.
My top 3 pound for pound, I have no idea. I couldn't give you my top 3 pound for pound.
Not in order. Just, maybe not in order, so you don't hurt anybody's feelings.
No. I don't know. I've been out of the game too long to be ripping off the pound for pound.
So let me ask you this, Dana. Back on your foray coming into the boxing, what do you see that you want to change, or you think that you can change it and make better? Like,
there's so many things. I literally did a boxing podcast yesterday for Sports Illustrated, and walked through as many things as I could without, because I can't really talk about the stuff that I'm doing or the stuff that I'm working on till October. So when I get all my shit together, we'll have a press conference, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking, and most of you'll think I'm crazy, and some will agree, and we'll see how it plays out.
You got fighters' names in mind you're looking
No, not at all. I want to wait till my guy gets in place, and first you have to come up with the game plan. How's this going to work? What are we going to do? But the ideas that I have are going to completely shake up the sport. Completely shake up the sport. You know, piss a lot of people off. You know, but these are the things you have to do to make something better.
You look like you're looking forward to it.
I am looking forward. This is what I love to do. This is my favorite thing. So I can't wait to to give it a shot. And I'm not arrogant enough to think that, I have all the answers and that I can make it perfect and I can fix it. But I'm going to try.
Do you see yourself transitioning more over on this side to the boxing side?
As far as what?
With your duties with the UFC, if it's successful, or is it like a personal thing, like where you want to put
No,
more time
but
into this?
I'm definitely gonna spend a lot of time on boxing. I'd like to figure out what we're gonna do, start implementing some of the things that I want to do, and then what you do is you build a really good team. Build a team and start working, and it's not going to happen overnight. If you look at what we did in the UFC, we did it in 20 years, which is a long time, but for as big as the UFC, it's really not a long time. So, it's going to take time.
What do you see as the biggest problem right now?
Biggest problem?
Yeah.
The biggest problem is that the best won't fight the best. That's the biggest problem. You can't make the fights that, since I was a fan 30-something years ago, the fights you wanted to see either took forever or they didn't happen. And I think that there's this way of thinking in boxing that the longer we drag this thing out, the more pent-up demand you're going to get, which isn't true. If you look at what we did with Conor McGregor, this guy who had unbelievable personality and could fight, and look at how fast this guy blew up, and he's part of the, him and Mayweather is the biggest fight ever in the history of boxing, right? Pay-per-view wise. Then McGregor and Habib did 2.5 million pay-per-view buys. So Conor, for a short time that he's been around, has a few of the top 10 biggest pay-per-views in history.
Speaking of Conor, when is he going to come back?
That I don't know. We'll see.
You've been talking to him ongoing?
Yeah.
What's the plan? Is it by the end of this year?
There is no plan. He wants to see what happens in September with Habib and Poirier. So we'll see how that fight plays out, and then we'll see what's next. Diaz is fighting next Saturday, so the Diaz fight will have a lot of things will have played out by September, and we'll see. We'll go from there.
Do you think in an ideal world, though, that would be by the end of the year, or do you think maybe push it
I don't know.
January, February?
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Yeah.